but still share your link. So it's preparing my Zoom to my YouTube Live. It's setting up my meeting to YouTube Live. And it says the content of this meeting is sent to the third party. Who is the third party then? Paige, who's the third party?
I'm not sure.
Okay, what did I just do? I recorded what? Live to what?
YouTube.
YouTube. I recorded live to YouTube. So who do you think is the third party, Paige?
YouTube.
Yes. Easy when you know it, huh, Paige? So that's it. So we got it. Oh, baby, we got it. There's a song like that. Okay, so now I have recorded live to YouTube. I also, sometimes when I'm recording your Zoom, what did I want? I wanted those recordings in Zoom to be instructional. And what was there any problem anybody found with recording in Zoom if it was instructional? Could you see like everything that was on the screen? Luke, were there any problems?
Yeah, we did have a problem. So like we could see the closed captions on our thing, but when I uploaded our recording, you couldn't, so I had to put that in the problem.
Exactly. Perfect, Luke. I'm so happy because what we're going to do today is try to figure out what was the problem, and then what do we always want to do is what is the solution?
Perfect.
So we're going to figure that out, and that's what we want to document. Great, Luke. Luke, in your group, were you anyone able to live stream to YouTube?
So two of us were able to live stream, and one as a group, and one was able to understand the steps, but didn't have the timing enough.
Okay, great. So those are beautiful. We'll help each other. We'll go along. Okay, so Luke, do you mind moderating the channel for me?
I'm happy to.
Okay, great. And then Spencer, you want to be a second on that? So you can do it. So one of the things I wanted to show you here is that we have Spencer, who was my former student last semester, and she was promoted to teaching assistant. And then we also have Dylan Melnick, who is over there in the corner, who is also my former student, who is the teaching assistant as well. So those of you that are considering maybe that you're understanding this can be the assistant to the teaching assistant. So Spencer, you may, we'll see who is getting it, and may want to reach out to some of those students that have already accomplished some of these to be your assistant, kind of, and giving feedback in terms of helping other students and what students are requiring. Okay, so you may want to think about that, Spencer, as well as those people that can help you with this class. Okay, so I've recorded to YouTube. I want to also do my Loom. And Michelle Novak, if you want to, we can see your face completely. Folks, you can look at it too. You can see yourself on screen if you're not appearing. And then I want to do, so I'm doing Loom, which is another screencasting program, and I'm going to be doing another one for myself. I'm using MSN Recorder Max, and in Jennifer, I'm recording that to my computer because I'd like to have, if I don't have to rely on other people's server. I can record to my computer as a backup. So just because you do it to the cloud doesn't mean that you can't do it to your computer as well. So I have that. Okay, and I see some people walking in and getting settled here. Okay, and Spencer, if you can be so kind, if there's something that I need to know about, we can proceed with that. Okay, so welcome. I heard there were a lot of issues on the Zoom exercises, people started late or are having issues. We'll go over that today and see how we can resolve it. One of the things I want to emphasize to you, this is a class of technology issues. The way I teach my class is different from other classes. Number one, we are all online, which is a challenge for some people as well. Being online and having attention, having issues with the internet, the Wi-Fi. I've gotten some ideas that people say, I had a problem with my Wi-Fi, so I didn't know there were groups. One of the things I want to suggest to you is this class is recorded, so you can see all your recordings in your groups. If you're having issues that somehow you're not able to make it to class or wasn't able to, you should also get with your group, and you're responsible for whatever we go over in class. Other people, we have issues all the time, and that happens. If you get cut off of the Wi-Fi, sometimes it happens to me, you have to get back on, and that's it. What else do I want to say? Oh, today is 14 days since we've been together. That 14 days, you remember how I said get the book, and my suggestion was to get it as a 14-day because maybe you don't want to stay in this class as well. Today is the last day you can drop without a W. What I can tell you is every week we will be doing quizzes from Widely Plus. We will be doing quizzes from the textbook, and we will be doing exercises. We will be having issues. And what we will be trying to do is, the main thing is you need to document your issues. And this is why we're starting off with all the collaboration tools and how to do recordings is possibly for doing those documentations. I let you know that we will be doing a lot of hands-on exercises. I think they're valuable. You get exams. The only time that we will meet in person for sure is for the exams. It's a March 6th, and I think it's April 17th. If you are not able to make those dates in person, I suggest you drop the class. You need to make it in person to those. If doing a number of these exercises, we're going to be doing, Luke, we've done the Zoom exercise. We'll go over that. We're struggling with the YouTube, and we'll be doing some more screencasting. Then we will be doing some fintech software that we'll be trying to do it on premise, meaning on the computer, and also remotely. We'll be looking at forecasting, and we'll be also looking at doing automated trading systems. We'll be doing group projects where we'll be doing websites, mobile apps, and looking at SEO and marketing. So we'll be doing, every week we'll be doing hands-on exercises and group exercises and individual exercises. If you do not like that, this is not the class for you. Because you will be, I don't want anybody to be tortured. I don't want anybody to have a hard time. If you want to join me in this mission, I'm more than happy to have you. If you'd like to drop, I assure you that I will not be insulted. Everybody learns different ways. Everybody has their choices. And I suggested that. If we have issues anytime, you need to document. Just to say, I didn't understand anything, that is not, or it didn't work. You have to be able to document and try to figure out how to proceed with that. You have the group there, and you have other groups as well. And notice too that you have our assistants as well of Spencer and Dylan that you can contact. Another thing that I want to make sure that you do is you be specific with them, and that you don't take advantage 11 o'clock at night saying, the assignment is due tomorrow and we haven't even started. That isn't going to work. We need to be respectful for each other. Okay, so basically, Patrick, I don't see your face, and basically Martin and Jerry, I don't know what I see there. I think I see ceilings, and I see Aiden's in the car. Okay, so basically we're ready to begin. Any general comments that I need to approach? I got a lot of issues that I said. I sent out an announcement that we will deal with Zoom exercises, and what I want to do today is my housekeeping. Think about what we're going to do for next time, talk about our Zoom exercises, and give another exercise to do. So let's get started unless I hear something else. Spencer, do I need to address anything?
No, also.
Okay, all set, ready to go. Okay, I have all my recordings done, so I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen with Zoom. You can see right here, I have a little button here that is my Loom that's recording already for 7 minutes here. So at this point, what I want to go is I want to go to my Chrome browser. And let me make a point. As soon as I go to my Chrome browser, then Luke, what am I seeing right there on my screen?
You can see all of us and your
Yeah,
YouTube
what?
stream, your YouTube stream.
YouTube stream, and you can see yourself right there in the first row, right? And basically, if I'm speaking with my hands, and you know that I'm quite animated with my hands, right, Luke? That
Yes.
you can see my hands aren't moving there. Why not?
Because there's a lag
There's
between
a
our
lag,
Zoom.
right? So why is there a lag? There's a lag because we're in Zoom, and Zoom is now passing to the third party, right, Jennifer? Zoom, YouTube is the third party, so it has to jump. So there's going to be a lag. So that's another reason why, Jennifer, I want everyone to look good, right? And in this case, that you could see it, that you can see yourself, and you say, is that how I want to portray myself, right? And you can see that it's power. Notice it's YouTube on the corner. You see that, Luke? And it's powered by Zoom, because Zoom wants to keep us there. Now, powered by Zoom, you need to have an advanced version or a professional version of Zoom. Some people were asking me, do I have to pay? Do I have to buy the professional version? And I'm saying, let's use the professional version of the university. Since we're part of that community, the zoom.miami.edu, we can use that. Okay, so we got that part. Let me go to the other content, and we are then, in this case, section J. This is what I call my regular section, right? In this case, Ryan, this is called my regular section, where your role is what, Ryan? A user or a teaching assistant in my regular section?
Student.
You're a student, perfect. Ryan, right? You're a student user, so that means you cannot upload, right, to all my areas. You cannot edit. You cannot edit your grades, right? You cannot edit other people's grades. You are in the student role. I can edit your grades, but you cannot, I can upload. So I have that part. And if I look at what's due, we saw that today, did you make Dylan, did you make a change on this? On Jay?
Yeah, I moved the screencasting exercise to 12.
Okay, and what about this? The January 31st?
Which
The
one's
Zoom,
that?
the Zoom collaboration being due. We'll talk
I think
about
that's where it should be.
Okay. So we had today Wiley plus adaptive assignment. We had the quiz TG1, and we had the Zoom collaboration that should be in the Zoom exercise folder that I'll look at in the audit area. Next Wednesday, I need to unhide it from you. Good idea. So I have another view, right, Luke? I have another view that I need to unhide. Do you guys see it on February 7th? It says TGA2 software quiz and the adaptive assignment. So let me go to quizzes. Let's go to Wiley Plus. And if I go to Wiley Plus, I need to make the software back. I need to make the software available. Go into the software, and the next chapter you will read from the Wiley book is about software issues, operating systems, whether we're talking about Windows or we're talking about Mac, whether we're talking about iOS, whether we're talking about Android, we'll talk about application software, like we're talking about Blackboard. Here's some video lessons. I tell you each time, this is up to you. Flashcards are good to study for the exam, and then everybody needs to do for next Wednesday, the software adaptive assignment. And in the software, open the assignment. I see that 38 students have not started, and of course they didn't start. Why? They didn't start because it wasn't available to them in the beginning, so I have to edit the assignment. And we want to use this for practice. And we want to make sure that it's TG2 software, which stands for technical, and we want to set a due date, and we want to assign it not to individual students like just Jerry and Chase and Aiden, but to the entire class. And we want to make the due date. Can you imagine next month already? Where did January go to? That's my issue here. We want to do the 7th. People's New Year resolutions, I think sometimes people pass, it's already broken, but my resolutions have not yet. Okay, so when do we want to do it? We want to do it by in this case, by 5 p.m. Available to the students, save. Let's see if it works. And the assignments, and we save here and saving the assignment. So the question is, do you see it? So in this case, Ryan, if I look at Wiley Plus, do you see it in your end?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. So you know you need to do that. What's the next thing I need to do, Ryan? You're on a roll. I need to do assignments and
The quiz.
quizzes. I need to do the quizzes, exact same thing. So I need to go to TG2A. I need to edit test options. Can you edit the test options? No, only I can. And it's Tech Guide that's been added. What do I want to make sure? That it's make available, yes, to students, add a new announcement. Why not? Ryan, 1 attempt or 2 attempts? What do you think?
I'm thinking 2.
I'm thinking 2 too. We're thinking the same way today, Ryan, okay? So we're thinking 2. I'm not going to set a timer or force completion, but on the exam on March 6th, there's going to be 2 parts of the exam. One part will be multiple choice. I will set a timer and there's forced completion, though those people that need extended time, it'll be based on their extended time. Here it's not, and then I need to do a due date. Let's look at that due date of February 7th. And instead of 3:30, let's make it even a couple hours later, right, to 5 p.m. And included in the test score and presented all at once. During the test itself, it'll be presented one at a time. I won't, in the test itself, Ryan, I won't prohibit backtracking. I don't think I like to backtrack when I take a test because kind of one question can give me the answer to another one. You understand that, Ryan? So that's what I'd like to do. I give it, and what's your goal here? Do you see it on your side?
Hold on.
We always want to check each other. We're like a community, Ryan. You have different view than I do, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Perfect. If you see it, then you know that you're able to take it for next week. Now, the other part is what we had here before is we had the Zoom group individual exercise where your objective was to create a Zoom meeting, stream live to YouTube and all the others. And we'll discuss that. And you know that you have the PowerPoints. So if I go back to what's due for next week, I know I have this part due. Now, let's go to the audit area. And the audit area, you're on a roll, Ryan. What role are you in the audit area?
A teacher's assistant.
Okay, and who cares? What does that give you?
Most
What
of the
rights?
permissions.
What?
Most of the permissions that you have.
Right. Basically, you have everything that I have as an instructor. Really, the only difference, I've given you full rights. The only difference is you cannot delete me. I can delete you from the audit area. I just, since I'm the head of that hierarchy, you just cannot delete me from the course. But otherwise, you have the full rights as what I have. And we've created then a groups. And if you look at the groups here, you'll see group 0A, where you'll see individual exercises here. And you know what, Dylan, can you do me a favor and put yours as well into this section and then copy everything that we did for the last one? So that's when we can do. So we got the Zoom individual exercises and we have it. So if I look at the groups, you want me to look at yours, Luke, this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, what group are you in, Luke?
I'm group 9.
Group 9. So we'll take an advantage that since Luke, Henry, and Jamie, are these the only, you have 3 people in your group?
Yeah, we have 3 people in our group.
Okay, good. So I see to the left, everybody, let's just review here. We talked about last time, we talked about what? We talked about data and how we need to format data in an appropriate manner so we can then bring it into other software programs to do automation. And in this case, we had each row in database terms is called a record. And we had certain number of fields here where we had name, email, and phone, and we wanted to have them in the same order. With you, you have no dashes or anything on your phone. So if we look at group 8, are they consistent then, Luke?
Yes.
Are they?
Oh, no, there's a dash.
Oh, So when I hear, oh no, I know that people are thinking. It's easy to say yes, right? Especially at this time of the day, right? It's easy. Your stomachs are growling or whatever. It's easy to lose things. So every group right now should look, and I can see, for instance, group 7, I don't know, is Kyla, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what's missing, Kyla,
Um,
on your group 7?
I think we have everything.
Hmm? How many fields did I say you're supposed to have? 3. Name, email.
Wait, let me check.
A name. I don't see a phone number on yours. Do you?
Oh yeah, I guess we forgot
Oh
that.
yeah. You remember? Oh yeah, it's good, right? Oh yeah means we got to correct it. So correct it now. Do you have rights to correct it? Sure do. On group 4, are they all consistent? Zachary, Jeremy, and Chase? No. And in group 3, are they all consistent? No. And in group 4, group 2, it looks good. And group 1, it looks good. Okay. So that you can do. Can they do, Ryan, can they edit it right now, each person individually? Of course they can. So in group 9 now, I'm under Zoom assignment. And let's look at under group. Did you pass that on, Dylan, already?
Yeah, you can click it and
Okay,
see.
let me click it. So this is what I want on the first page. Look at, everybody go to groups and look under group 0A, Spencer and Dylan. 0A. So under that, I have what? I have a folder. And on the front of the folder, so this was done by build content folder. I have Zoom group - individual exercise. And right here is, I want an overview of what is done. 1, Luke, is that I can see the overview. 2 is your group can see the overview. And 3, you can see, can you see all the other groups? You have access to see all the other groups. So if one group is having issues, what can they do? They can turn to another group. Do they have their phone to text them? Do they have their email to text them, to email to write to? Yes. So this is what I want. And this is, I'm adding this to today's session. I want, in attended Zoom session, is everybody that attended your Zoom group and has individual exercises in there, but especially attended your Zoom group session. I'd like the name, and then I would like if the live stream to YouTube worked. If it did, like you, Luke, fine. If it didn't, like some of the other people in your group, was not working, plus just a little note of why. You know, Google rejected me, I have to wait 24 hours, whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll definitely change that.
Yeah, you can even change that now.
Okay.
You know, but I'm saying you can change it later. And the other point are the key points that were learned. So try to be specific. What key points did you learn and also record about? Recording to the cloud, promoting to co-host, how to live stream to YouTube, enable transcript, blah, blah, blah. The challenges. One of the challenges then right here would be added, Luke, is having trouble when we recorded, we couldn't see some parts of the screen. And solutions, we adjusted, blah, blah, blah. And what our next assignment will be is to use other recording softwares that will be able to capture everything on the screen. So what sometimes you'll be doing is doing a Zoom recording like I'm doing, plus I'm using that's another reason why I'm using other capturing recording software to go above that. So another thing, what did we call this, Luke? What did we call this section? We called it audit. The reason I called it audit is, can you look at everybody's work, Luke?
Yes, you can look at everybody.
Yes. Because I can look at everybody's work, I call it auditing. So for your purpose, put this in mind, everyone, Kyla, that you are responsible to check the links of everybody in your group. Even though, you know, it's like so much work, and then we say, oh, we're just happy to put something up and everybody put their own things up. I require each of you to look at each of the other links in your group, including yourself. Because you'll find that, Luke, sometimes you can see it, but other people can't view it. So you want to be able to say, audited other links, okay, and when you have issues, you reach out to them that they need to correct it. If they haven't corrected it, then you could say, audited other other links, okay, but this person had issues, I couldn't see it. Questions just about this? You can put it in the chat or unmic yourself. Spencer, anything I need to do? Is that clear?
No.
Then I'm using Dylan's as an example. So you can think about in the Zoom group, it was Dylan and Spencer. Both of them were able to do it. If you were not able to do it under the individual Zoom group, here's the example. In the exercise, I've created a tutorial that shows the steps on how to live stream a meeting. If you had problems, you need to record those problems. And then you put, in this example, you will actually write then in the build item, you will put, make sure you have your name, and you will actually put where you had problems. And your recording should reflect it. And in this case, she has the YouTube. And then on the group exercise, you will show the difference between when you did it as recording to the cloud, you should get a link. And in this case, you should get a link, and you should get another type of link recording to the computer. So if I go back to yours in group, what did you say it was? If it was group 9, make this then, really, this should then, if I look at this group 0, this is a folder. Do you see this, Luke?
Yes, yeah, I can, yeah.
So rearrange it. But this is a folder, and underneath that folder, I should see it. So if I go to groups and I go to group 1, Samuel, we saw yours last time. Right, Samuel? That we saw yours last time. I'm calling because he's listed as number 1. He has it as group very nice. And then you'll just add the additional parts that I talked about of auditing each of your groups. And also right here, we'll be able to see who was able to stream. Was anyone, Samuel, in your group able to stream? Samuel. Were you hearing Samuel? We will be able to see if he's streaming. And then under the Zoom, then this is the Zoom recording. Now, do you think, in this case, Luke, what's the difference between this Zoom recording and this Zoom recording?
One's Spencer's tutorial and one's the discussion.
Well, first of all, it's not Spencer's. This is group 1.
Oh, sorry.
Right, but what is the difference? So in this case, then, if I go, Paige, are you here? Paige
Yeah, I'm
Manning?
here.
Good. So Paige, what's the difference between this Zoom link and the group exercise, this Zoom link? One says MP4 and one has a link, HTTPS.
Well, one's a tutorial, I guess.
Okay. See my screen right here?
Yeah.
We have the difference between cloud recording, you see it? And cloud recording. Cloud recording means access via a browser. So it will have starting with HTTP or PS. You know, a browser, you'll be able to access via a browser. It's stored, and this is for Zoom. It's stored on Zoom's servers. The only way you can access this is via a browser. You need internet. The advantage when I record to the cloud is automatically, since I'm connected, Blackboard is also connected to Zoom, automatically it goes to my cloud recordings. I don't have to upload anything. Do you understand that, Paige? I don't have to do any uploads because what do I want? Number one, if I record it to my computer, do you have access, Paige, to my computer?
No.
No, but I want you to have it. I could give you access if I took that file and uploaded. Do I have upload capabilities in the regular section? I do, but I don't want to waste my time doing that. Let them do it, and and I don't want to maybe save everything to my computer. Sometimes I do. That's it. Computer recording stores it on one's computer. Sometimes it's called on premise, meaning on your premises. What is the file format? What do you think, Luke?
The file format? MP4?
MP4? Wow,
You typed it, so I got a cheat.
it's a joke. Okay, we want to help each other, right? MP4,
Yeah.
meaning that it's a video, it's a file format. This is called file format. And why is it important? It's important because file format, not everything can be read. And there's advantages of different file formats. We need to know that. We're going to create podcasts. It has to be in certain file formats. So this is MP4. As soon as I see, so if that's the case, Paige, you're on a roll. If that's the case, when I look, something says MP4 here. This is the cloud, or is this a computer recording?
That's a computer.
Look, right. Look how it is. It seems like all of a sudden we sound brilliant, right? And who cares, because it's going to be on somebody's whoever did this, whoever was the host and did this is on their computer. And whoever did this, when you just look at it, since it starts with HTTPS and it looks like a link, what is it? To a cloud or to your computer it was recorded? The first one.
Cloud.
Oh, cloud. And YouTube? Oh, cloud. Now, if you had a file and you have a YouTube channel, could you put an MP4 on your channel? Of course you could. But it takes extra steps, right? That's all. So what I would like for each of your groups, and what group is this? Is this this is group 1, is in group 1, I'd like you to put in here not only Zoom recording, let me just can I edit this? Paige, do I have capabilities to edit?
Yeah.
Right, so under that group recording, I'm gonna say Zoom cloud recording. I'm part of everybody's group. And then here it needs to be, you guys can go in and put a space here. And in this case, what do you want to do? Computer recording already. And then say what you've accomplished, right? And who is here. And in this case, did you talk about recording to basically live on YouTube? Did you do that from a group? Paige,
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
my question was, in this Zoom cloud recording that you guys did you try out for somebody that got the that had live recording to YouTube? Did you show that too?
I joined my group actually like last minute after they did it. So I was only able to do my individual. So I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so what I suggest is your group with you do an additional one, and whoever in your group was able to record live to YouTube, make them the host and try it out as well as in a group.
Okay.
So basically, what I want to do is I want this to really be perfected, that everybody understand it much better since it was rushed. So I am extending the deadline from today till Monday. Did you understand that, Paige? And if you can put that in, Dylan, is change the date, and you can even put it in the announcements.
All right. It should be there for what's due.
What's due, and also put it in the announcements that everybody knows that we're extending it. What do you think, Paige? So this way, everybody has a good sense of what's happening, and you can go back. And what I want everybody to do in this case is show your live stream. There was no difficulty. For instance, Roberto, are you here?
Yeah.
Did you have a problem, Roberto, in live streaming?
No, I didn't. I was
Okay,
able
so
to.
Roberto, why don't you maybe in the Zoom, you decide, you and who else didn't have problems, go ahead and do another group recording with everybody in your group, and you show basically, see how it works in the group as you being the host to live stream your second group with the Zoom cloud recording. Do you understand that, Roberto?
Yeah, sounds good.
And it sounds good. And then you can put as an extra, put the date in which you did it, and put second recording and the date that it was done. Right? And everyone's there, and what you covered in the second one. And then, Roberto, you can answer the questions what other people in your group had. Right? And maybe help them to see, at least help them define, Roberto, what was their issue. And maybe you can, but what was their issue? Try to do a better refinement of what was their issue on why they had problems in doing it. It could be Google's problem. It could be, that they didn't wait long enough. So everybody, your goal, and then check, Roberto, everybody else's individual recordings. And notice in here, Paige did what? She used the cloud, or she used on her computer? Roberto.
Probably her
Not
computer, right?
probably. I can tell right here. What's the extension?
MP4.
MP4. And if it says MP4, she did it what? On premise. She did it on her computer.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus if I look at Sam, what did he do? Zoom. I would even add Zoom cloud recording, just so to make it set. And then get everybody. It seems that you and Sam it seems like Aiden and Paige, what I'd like to do since it's due on Monday, is you guys as a group try to figure out what were the issues with Paige and Aiden, and basically show them how you did it and see if it works. It worked with you by yourself. Does it work in the group setting? Does it still work? So we at least know. And then when we go to the top, let me go to the groups. And when we go here, we'll be able to say Sam was okay, and then Roberto had the issues. And then in this case, since Paige's name is there, we can add Paige to the second recording, right, Paige? You can be added to the second recording. And maybe during this time when you're working on it, maybe they can get yours working as well. And even if they don't, that you have it documented. My key here is that everybody needs to document their work. Sometimes it doesn't work beyond our control. I have issues all the time with Google, with a lot of software, and it's beyond my control. But what can I do? What is in my control is to document what is the issue and try to refine it. So later on, even if I go to Spencer or Dylan, I'm not texting him, I'm having a problem with the assignment. But rather, what am I having a problem with? I was not able to create a YouTube channel. Or I created it, but it doesn't let me live stream, or whatever it is that we're able to distinguish. Does that make sense, Roberto?
Yeah.
So even though you've gotten it, Roberto, what I want to make this is a group activity is that since you've gotten it, Roberto, is that you help other students, and then you learn better too, and you learn how to become a leader and get everybody else in your group. And then later on in your group, when I ask you for the next exercise to stream live, at least you know that 2 people in your group can do that. And there are issues, and then you'll know what the issues are. A lot of times having issues is just as important, Paige, as getting it done. It may be, what is it about Paige's Gmail account or Google account that's not allowing her to do that? And that's what you'll help her and discover that, so at least to define it. And then you can put that in your next Zoom recording. Because then what you need to do is you want to put that in that next group exercise tutorial of a Zoom recording, as we recorded live to YouTube, and we found that these were the issues not everybody was able to stream live, and these were the issues, or this is how we resolved it. So at this point in the group, when I go to group 1, you can say, what were the challenges, right? Choosing between serving versus the cloud. Now you'll be able to do this. And the challenges are what? That we had challenges also on getting everybody to stream live. And these are the solutions. And these are what we didn't solve. That happens all the time, Roberto, right? We're not going to be able to solve it, but at least we know where we are in the process. So that's why I'm extending our assignment, that we get it more perfect than it was before. It's a process. This doesn't happen overnight. We don't get solutions overnight. And then if you look at it in our next assignment, those that we have the screencasting, those of you that, did you put the screencasting in too, Dylan?
It should be, or no, not on this audit.
Okay, so put it
Yeah.
in this one too. So put the same thing. That's why I wanted you here. You know what I mean? And then if you have a couple minutes, put it in the next section too. You know what I mean? That we can copy it over. And then just get in the habit, Dylan, for each of the same. When we got something in the first one, just replicate it to the next one. And wouldn't it be nice with AI, Dylan, to say, now replicate?
Right, yeah.
That's what we want it to be. That's how you know, it's busy work, right, Dylan? What do you need to know how to do? What you want to do is try to figure out what are the real problems, right? To replicate, definitely the computer could do that. Once you show it a pattern, right? Wouldn't you want that? So that's how the AI, the AI should be helping us, co-piloting, right? Then to make it, that's a great example. Why bother with that, right? Or if we want to check all the links to make sure that it's working properly, tell the co-pilot, check all these links, make sure that they're working properly, and come back to me and tell me these are the links that are not working. Right? Rather than you doing it and Roberta has to check all the links. Wouldn't that be nice? Same, but you have to think about, in order for us to even program, we have to think about how we want to program it. Questions? Does that make sense, Luke? So what you need to do is I'd go back in yours and the same things that I'm telling Samuel, Aiton, Roberto, and then Paige. This way, Paige, you don't have to feel like you're, you know, the basically the orphan there. You know what? They left in the cold, you know? You're part of the group too. And Paige, next time, get some lights that we can see you. You don't have to be in the dark. And then now maybe more light, or maybe that's how you feel. Okay. So if I go to the groups, right, the next one you'll see is the assignment under, did we allow that under assignments? Oh, no, I'm in the wrong part. I also have, I'm losing my mind. So in the next one under assignments, under exercises, we also want to put that on too, right? Dylan, we forgot, right? So I want to make this available to everybody, that this assignment is due. When did we say this was going to be due? Not next.
On the 12th.
On the 12th, on February 12th. Those of you that have some time already, you can look at it, but basically, Luke, this is exactly what you were talking about, is saying to yourself, hey, how do I do additional recordings? We'll discuss that on Monday, but you can look at it. Those of you that have finished that and want to go to the next one can read the PowerPoint and the part. And think about it when you're, this is what I would like you to follow in terms of documentation, is when you have a file, Spencer, is to tell everybody, put the date, the time, and put your initials for your group. Like this, I know this was edited by Dylan Melnick. And it was the screencasting exercise that we asked them to update. And here's the objectives of screencasting programs, basically that we can use with Zoom, on top of Zoom, even to show what Zoom looks like, or we can use it for other persons. Okay. Questions? Let me stop sharing for a moment. What do I need to make in this case? Spencer, anything that I need to address? You want to address anything, Spencer? Spencer?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, and then if people, how do you want people to get in touch with you?
Both my phone number and email are on the announcements and in
Okay.
the
Okay, and now do you want to do something together as a team, or you just want them to contact you individually, or How do you can set that, let them know, or you can even put it as, send somebody out how you want to do that. But you'll be the, anything else that I need to speak before we take attendance? So Luke, what do you think? So what do you guys need to do? Let's summarize.
To look at each other's videos and help the rest of our teammates, help them to be able to live stream and show them what we're doing.
Right.
And
Do another recording. I would even do another recording, right? Of you, for instance, since you got it, you be the host. I'm just giving you an example. You can decide you being the host and you actually stream live
yeah,
as well of the group too, to
Yeah.
see if it's working as the group, and then helping them and in that part of trying to diagnose what were their issues.
mhm,
How did they do it? How did you do it different from them? And possibly giving guidance on it, and at least try to pinpoint where they were having the issues. So they can go back and do an individual one and show how and describe where they were having, document where they were having issues. And it may be by Monday, it may have worked. And sometimes, when I was doing it in the beginning, it didn't work. And then 2 days later, it worked, Again, we're not having control, but at least we can do that. And that's what we'll do for each of those week's exercises. And as I mentioned before, if this is, I take advantage, if you don't want a W, you can, drop. If you want to be with me, I'd happy to have you. You know what I mean? But I don't want to put any added stress on anyone here. Anything else I need to do? So I'm going to end with attendance. Then you can come see me after the class, after the attendance, and stay with me, answer any questions you have. Dylan, thanks a lot for, did you do that for the next section too?
I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, so that way we get it out of the way, right, Dylan? You mean, and then it'd be great to get it, think about that would be a nice co-pilot. Stuff like that, in Blackboard, right? Do it once. And then basically even find the patterns from last semester to see what just the dates, right? Matching the dates and things like that you have to figure out. So many of little tasks that we do that are wasting our time. That's how I view it. I don't know if you know what I mean? Don't you think so? That we can think
Yeah.
about more
Very repetitive.
what?
It's very repetitive, and AI is
Yeah.
good for that. It's good for
Yeah,
repetition.
it's great for that. Of just copy to the next one. Okay, great. So Samuel, anything else you need to comment on? Words of wisdom? No? Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. We'll do attendance. In this case, stay with me afterwards, after you do attendance. Let's see if it comes back up. I want to check in. Start check-in. 5320. Once you checked in, if you don't need to let me know about anything, you're free to go. Otherwise, stay with me. And I'll look forward to seeing your improved work, right, Luke? For next time, you've audited, you get used to being part of a group. Why is it called audit? You want to audit everybody's work and you want them to audit yours. A lot of times we all make mistakes, right? Don't I say that too? I said, see, look on your view. We all make mistakes and we all want to work together as a good team.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Luke, for moderating.
Thank you.
And thank you, Roberto, for showing us your work, and just take the initiative, Roberto, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. And Spencer, if you can stay a minute, and Dylan here. See what we got.
The next class should be ready to go. The
Okay,
assignments out,
perfect.
and then the audit sections copy.
Perfect. So we got that, you know what I mean? And that's what, and just get, we just got to get in the habit of just putting them on, you know, and also announcements is good. Did you put in announcements
I'll
and,
do that too.
yeah, do the announcement too, because then people see it, you know what I mean, that it's been, extended. Okay. So, Martin and Michelle, did you do the attendance?
Yeah, I did the attendance. I just had a
Okay.
couple questions.
Okay, good. I just want to finish. And Michelle, did you do attendance? Michelle Novak? Is she around? Hopefully she's done it. Okay, so I'm gonna end, check in.
Thank
And,
you. Have a good day.
okay, thank you. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me stop sharing. And let me stop YouTube. Let me stop recording. Are you sure you want to stop? Yes. And then I want to stop. Okay. So, Martin, how can we help you? You got
Yeah.
3 people to help you.
Okay, sounds good. So for next class, all we're doing is just like the same thing, but like trying to get it right.
Trying to get it right, also auditing each other's links.
Okay, sounds good. And then
And then you want to make sure that, did you get yours to do
so
live to YouTube?
our group got everything. The thing with me was I asked like an IT guy to connect it, but Google said that I needed 24 hours.
Okay, so great. You
Uh,
got the 24 hours. So see how it
Yeah.
is, and then do another recording of your individual of showing it, and then show it, have somebody in your group do another group recording where someone is hosting that has the YouTube live capability.
Sounds good. And then my other question was that
Yeah.
I sent you an email, so I had the flu. And I was like absent for the first 2 classes because I had the flu.
Yeah, I
Um,
know that's gone around. A lot of people had the flu, huh?
so so it says I'm absent. So I just wanted to like
Okay, well, we know that it is, but anyways, you got an approved absent. Yeah, you told me.
yeah, I sent you like a doctor's note.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
just,
right. And then
I just
Dylan, can
wanted
you do that of saying accepted for Martin?
Yep,
I
I
just
can.
wanted to get like
Yeah,
excused for those 2
yeah.
days.
So he was, you know, with the, you feeling better? You still look a little down and
I am feeling better. Now I just have like really bad congestion. I'm gonna go
I
back
know you can hear it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I think
Yeah,
I might
no,
have
it's really the only good thing that we're online is we don't infect each other. That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking. And I didn't get the flu yet.
I think I might have like sinusitis or something like that.
I know stuff. This one is, you know, usually when you think about the student thing, you know, you snap out of it. Even with COVID, people pretty start snapping. But this was kind of strong for a lot. You're not the only one. Let me
Yeah,
put it that way, and that's why I'm not recording too. You know what I mean? This is your kind of personal issues that you could decide to share. Okay, all right. Take
good.
care, my dear,
All right,
and
thank you.
and drink
I'm
hot
drinking
tea and
fluid.
honey.
Yeah. All right.
Not a
Thank you.
liquid. Chicken soup. Okay.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
See you soon. Great. Okay. Anything that I need to do? Dylan, thank you. Spencer,
Yeah.
well,
All's good.
it's better than I thought, Spencer, didn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
improved. It
definitely.
improved. I don't know if the other ones decided not to come back or what, but you
Mhm.
should have seen it last time. We felt
Yeah.
sorry for Dylan. Spencer. She was basically Dylan. She was complaining to her parents already. Yeah, you
I was
were
like, I can't do these people.
right.
Yeah,
This
a lot
was
better
right.
than
The
last time, so.
I don't. It was like they came in. I'm serious. They came in. They gave him a stupid drug,
Right.
and or they breathed the air or something.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. But
Mhm.
it was better than
Mhm.
I expected. So I think that
Yeah,
was great that
100%.
we moved it back. And I think
Yeah.
this only works, Dylan. This is
Mhm.
better than putting them into for right now for the breakout rooms we thought
Yeah,
about.
it's better than the whole class to hear it together.
Yeah, we hear everything, and by the time we hear everything, we can get the good the examples. Okay, so I think we're on a roll. Thank you, both of you.
Thank
Really,
you.
I'm blessed to have both of you. Okay, great. So we'll see you next next week,
Monday.
right? And then just put in the, in the chat what we need to deal with. I think that works well with the WhatsApp. No?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that works well. And then we have the Daniel, I think he's working out.
hmm
And then maybe what we can see, Spencer, is somebody like that Luke or Roberto. They're kind of like in Samuel. Those
Yeah, I like
three.
Sam. Sam's very
Sam,
good.
Yeah.
seems intelligent.
What?
Sam seems intelligent.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
these,
just a little. At least a lot more than other kids.
right. But I'm just
So he
saying,
seems to like know what
you're
he's
working
doing.
with them, so you can reach out to them
Yeah.
of who, and you want to reach out to somebody that you can work with. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't want to put that down because I see both of you guys like the same thing with Dylan. Can you work with Daniel? You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that seems it. And if there's somebody else that you can see, that you can even have two, and then you guys can learn how to pass a lot of those things, the repetitive stuff. You
Mhm.
can pass on them, especially
Yeah.
things on the audit area. The only problem is
Yeah.
they're going to be on the student. They're still having to be students on the student.
Mhm.
Also for the third class, Daniel is still taking the class, so he probably doesn't have access to all the documents.
But he that's why I want you to do that part, but he has access to the
He has
audit
more
area.
than- Yeah,
Yeah, and he gives a lot of good insight.
for sure.
So, and then we have another student that is there. So even if that, once I have there, and then I have another, a couple of other students that I can almost get as assistant for myself, and then I can even, you know what I mean? I can do the auditing part, but it's just, we need people to help each other. That's what the world is about. Okay, guys. So take care. We'll see each other.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
You too. Thank you.
Spencer, everything okay?